Hey, hello, happy Monday. Excuse me. It's the 27th of October, and it's actually funny because today does not seem like a very eventful day, but pardon me. The markets came in with a with an exciting blow off top. I think that's from Saturday. We came in again with President Trump talking about, deal with China, almost completed. I think we saw something about the China, is it China, a Chinese embassy in America, and they posted a very friendly tweet, if I can say. So I think, of course, this just tells us that the bull is still well in vogue rather. And I keep pushing this line up every year or every day. But yeah, we just have a blow off top right there. And this right here, you don't want to short this market at all. Everything seems to align. Unfortunately, there's still a government shutdown, and look at that tear right there. I call it the island in the sky, which is just holding, building alone, like this little gap. It's, you can see right there, and that's literally the play today. The market is incredibly strong market, and you can see the market going up. We might get a gentle retrace, but you can see like two tiers in a row. Yeah, we might get a short retrace, not like I'm calling for it right now, but right now the bull market is fully on. Okay, the next thing is a few things I wanted to talk about. Yeah, so we had a 1.78 jump in the market. I didn't actually pay attention to gold today, to be honest, but how's that going? I think, yep, the retrace is back on. It's a very minor retrace, but yeah. So, we still have fears in the market. Like I keep saying, be afraid, be very afraid. The data still tells us everything. On the macro side, there is still things to be concerned about, but we're not seeing it. There's a government shutdown. I think also, if you look at all the key catalysts, the key drivers, inflation coming down. I saw a shocking statistic today, though. Let me see if I can quickly find it. It's something a bit scary, really, and it's got to do with the earnings. Let's see if I can find it. If I can't find it, then I can't find it. And it's got to do with the earnings. I think the majority of the earnings is coming from, I think, is it what? Five five key companies in S&P. Yeah, I just can't find it. Yeah, there you go. So it's from, let me see if I can post it here. So it's something that's seemed a bit scary, but also that's not what I'm looking at really. So the capex spending soars among trade giants. So the group is expected to spend more than 100 billion in the third quarter. And if you look at them, these are the key Magnificent Seven. So you got Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Alphabet. So the capex spending keeps going up, but also we can see these guys are responsible for majority of the earning drive. So again, if you think the market's on bull, but I think it's concentrated among these tech giants. But yeah, so the market is up just means these key giants are up. But like I said again, the good news is that AI keeps going. But what can we do? You got to follow the trend. Also, a few key things. Amazon plans to lay off um, as early as 30,000 employees as early as tomorrow. Sorry, as many as 30,000 as early as tomorrow, according to people familiar with the matter. This is from Wall Street Journal. So the job cuts, which wouldn't all happen this week, would amount to roughly 10% of the online giants corporate workforce. Thousands of corporate pink slips are expected to go out tomorrow, hitting human resources, cloud computing, advertising, and other business units. CEO Andy Jassy has been on a years-long campaign to cut expenses as the company ramps up spending on AI. So pay attention to that. That spending on AI. as they face increased competition for its cloud computing business. There you go. As we knew, it was it last week, we had huge, massive AWS disruption, but I think they must have figured something out that we believe, or they believe, that AI could control some of this or make some of this disruption, and everything is getting getting electronically controlled. So I think when you're all-time high, job cuts is not great. But again, the labor force is shifting, and what would happen is this, guys, if you get, you would have to re-empower yourself and move elsewhere. That's one thing. Also, this was a trade which I missed actually. It was raised in the group, but I didn't pay much attention to it. Javier Milei clear-cut victory in Argentina, midterm elections unlocks Wall Street windfall. So the resounding win brought a sense of relief to investors and banks that have bet repeatedly that the country would break its cycle of fiscal crisis, only to end up regretting. Argentine peso and government bonds and the benchmark stock rise today. Mutual and hedge funds have already benefited from the bonds rally and are poised to pick up gains should Milei make good on his plans to turn around Argentina's economy. So, was it ABM? Just quickly going to have a look at. There was a particular stock we were looking at today. Hold on a second. Just going through the chat today. There you go. BMA, yeah. So I was looking at BMA and Banco Macro, and boom, that was a huge, huge, huge rally. That's amazing. 40%. Look at that. So wasn't paying much attention to it. I wasn't even tracking it, but there you go. So that was a miss. Also, you got Qualcomm launching new AI accelerator chips to rival NVIDIA. It will start shipping next year. So again, this is all key things to drive AI. ChatGPT initializing a new funding deal that would value the company at $10 billion, and people familiar with the matter have said this thing. So AI, AI, AI. Qualcomm is a really, really good company as well. I mean, I just wouldn't bet against this company. But look at that. That just pushed it back to all-time high. I mean, it's just, well, not exactly all-time high, but isn't just strange. I mean, this is kind of like one of the most boring all-time highs we get in the markets. I remember President Trump once said, "Are you tired of winning?" Well, there you go. Things are still going on. President Trump also said he might announce before year end his pick to succeed Fed Chair Jerome Powell, and is on track to choose from five finalists. We do have some finalists, which includes the Fed governors Christopher Waller, Michelle Bowman, former Fed Chairman Kevin Walsh, sorry, Fed Governor Kevin Walsh, Senior BlackRock Executive Rick Ryder, and Kevin Hassett, the Director of the White House National Economic Council. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent plans to conduct a second round of interviews, I was going to say fresh, next month before presenting an even shorter list of nominees. It's going to screen them further to the president to consider, and Powell's term expires next May. So we know Trump wants low rates, he wants cheaper dollar, and of course he's going to get someone, even though he's meant to be independent, but someone he wants. Don't forget he selected Powell as well. And finally, something else, I'll just give you a bit of corporate news here. The nation's largest federal workers union called for Congress to end the government shutdown. This doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. And they demand a passing a clean, continuing resolution, meaning a short-term spending bill, is the same approach the Republicans have urged Democrats to adopt for the past month through AFGE. Sorry, though AFGE didn't mention either party by name. Meanwhile, a growing number of GOP lawmakers say the party should kill or change the filibuster to end the shutdown. Shutdown is going on in America. Thankfully, we got a delayed data last week. Not a lot to worry about. We've got interest rate decision on Wednesday. You don't want to bet against this market. There's nothing to short. Just play safely. And if you want to short, don't stay too long. Look, the quantums, they came back as well. They're bouncing. RGTI back on the move. QBTS. These things are, you just don't want to overstay your welcome, really. QBTS. So, and a few of them are didn't even check how QUBT performed today. So even though, which is something you've got to understand how to be able to detect the bubble, the flow. Because if you look at the rare earths, I mean, they've just been seems like they've just been popped, really. The balloon has been popped, the bubble's been popped, and look at that LAC, which is, I mean, look, LAC went all the way from two to almost $11, but only takes what, 2 weeks to cut it into half. So that's one thing. There's another one right here. Energy fuels. Energy fuels is, look at that, from literally from May. It took 6 months to go from 27 all the way from what, $3. That's like 9,000%. But literally, it went from, yep, just about 2 weeks to shed half of it, or just almost half. No, not exactly half. So you got to be careful. Don't overstay your welcome. I didn't actually look at USAR. USAR, that's another one from these things here. US rare earths. Look, they're all just playing the same things. So you got to be careful. Do not overstay your welcome. Know when to bail, really. Um, Also, this is another one. This is very important. Berkshire Hathaway. I mean, Warren Buffett's major corporation got a downgrade today. It got a downgrade, and what's the news again? It got a downgrade by, what's the company? KBW. Yeah, they said the last analyst downgrade for Berkshire Hathaway before today's KBW notes was on September 29th of 2023 by Edward Jones from buy to hold. After that, BRKA dipped. Remember, they've got two, the A, the B. It dipped up roughly 2% by August 31 to about $531,000. But it rebounded, closing December 29 at 542,625, which is up about 0.3% from the downgrade price. Overall, it gained 14.7% in 2023. We've got to understand, of course, of late, BRK has been trailing the S&P. What someone said was, what if Buffett had bought the dip in April? It would have been, up by a lot, actually. But also, we've got to understand, where is it again? The cash pile, and this is just something about this company I just really like. The cash pile they've got, they do have about what? $344 billion in cash, which is enough to buy 474 companies in the S&P 500. Look, this is not a company I want to mess around with at the moment. I mean, if I get any opportunity, this is a company I want to be piling into if I do get the chance. I find that's a conservative company to just buy, hold, and wait, because Buffett takes his time. I mean, no one has got his record at the moment. He takes his time. Also, this week, just to finalize, we do have was about 20% of the companies which are giving their earnings this week. Yes, there's Visa, there's UNH. That's on Wednesday. Tomorrow, I mean, oh yeah, that's for tomorrow. UNH is one which is going to have lots of eyeballs on, and that's going to be driving the XL. Is it XLV? Yeah, XLV, I think. Which, yeah, it's going to be driving the XLV tomorrow. I'm not even sure how people are reacting to that at the moment. We do have the giants as well, Apple, Amazon, that's on 30, Microsoft, Google, Meta, Wednesday. That's a powerful. So this week is going to be a very powerful week in the market, and this is just going to decide the direction of the bull market. But I guess it's still AI driven. I mean, today fairly quiet. Like I said, one of the ones I missed, which I wasn't really paying attention to. There's this another company here. I mean, it's just something I was looking at, Confluence, which kind of looks like they did very well after earnings. Again, a muted one. I wasn't paying attention to it. And of course, it looks like it's AI driven again. There's something about being taken over or for sale, but that wasn't mentioned again. But today's a bit. I wouldn't say it was quiet. It just felt like it's another rally, and everyone seemed to be tired. What about cocoa? Speaking of pivoting out to commodities, cocoa's been gradually, gently, boringly climbing. I mean, considering we watched this all the way, we ran this to 10,000. We as a group, we just started looking at this again last week, had a bit of a, one leg in. Um, Crude oil as well, which is a staple right here. We're able to get a bite in from 56. And again, we watch. You had an incredible run last week. We'll watch it, take a breather. Why not? We are waiting for you. We'll watch your next direction. It's at the right place right now, and we'll wait. Another one back on the Forex as well, which we're looking at. GU. GU did not. This just feels like he wants to dump, but he's just looking scared because we've got the dollar, which is very difficult at the moment. It's a difficult play. And finally, coffee. We were looking at coffee. This is meant for a shot last week, but I mean, we were meant to call for this shot on Friday. What did we do? We stalled and we kind of missed. Oh, we just thought it was going to go a bit all-time higher more, but we stalled. But we shall see. We've got a lot of patience here, and we'll see how it plays. But again, there's just so much money to be made. With all these different commodities we're playing. But overall, I think tomorrow is the big deal. Even Snapchat is one of them we're looking at as well, actually. We do have some guys who play earnings in the group, and we shall see what's or how this is going to go. We do have enough time in our hands. This got caught a downgrade by Stifle today. Is it Stifle? Today. So he was playing well. All of a sudden, yes, Stifle. All of a sudden, they just gave us a downgrade. But look, I think it's nothing burger. It wasn't really a big deal. But we shall see how this thing's played. But tomorrow is a big, big, big day. We shall see each other again on the field, and hopefully all goes well. Like I said again, not particularly in the short position, just still watching this market and seeing how things are playing. Like I said, go with the trend, and that's all you can do really. Until then, catch you on the field. Have a good day. Bye bye.